Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, taking flight in the Beechcraft King Air 350, and going on flights here in King Shaka to OR Tambo. So flights from Durban to Johannesburg today. Flight time around 1 hour and 10 minutes-ish, and should be rather nice. So flights from Durban to... Where's that coming from? Today. Flight time around 1 hour and 10 minutes-ish. Yes. Whoops. Yes. How you doing, guys? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So, yeah, at this point we're just at the airport. We'll set the aircraft up, set ourselves ready to fly. And hopefully, if all goes to plan, will be a rather good flight in today. So, let's jump in the cockpit, let everything up. We have got scenery as well today, so we have got scenery provided by Gaffer Simulations. And so, during the flight today, we'll have a chance to look around at that. So, we've got Gaffer Simulations, King Shaka International, and also we've got the freeware Johannesburg scenery as well. So, got a few landmarks here and there in Johannesburg, so we'll have a look at that as well. But should be a rather nice one. So, first things first, let's well, turn the battery on. Let's get the aircraft ready to go, shall we? So, first things first, master switch on. Avionics active. We'll turn on the nav lights and let us program our flight plan. So, kind of just getting ourselves to remember the process of the King Air. It's been a little while since I last flew this, but it should be nice and simple. I do like the Proline Fusion as well, so it's quite a nice setup to get your hands on. Right, the Potchefstroom Airport will be Fail, Foxtrot Alpha Lima Echo, King Shaka, and our destination shall be Foul, Foxtrot Alpha Oscar Romeo, Johannesburg International. We'll add a waypoint en route, starting off with Give, Golf Yankee Victor, and it's going to be heading northwards today, so it'll be that one about 40 miles from us. After Give, we then fly to Bebas. And then after Bebas, we fly to Epsak. Whoops. EPS. Okay, perfect. Right, plug that in. And that's our waypoints complete. So, done. And if we use the panel to our middle here, just to confirm the route. So, depart from Shaka, head to Give, heads to Bebas, and then Epsak takes us into Johannesburg. Not sure why Google picked this up there, but hey, it did. Right, so send it back on the aircraft. Let's set a procedure up. Departing from Fail. Runway 06 is in use 1 hour. Yes, it is. We give 1 hour for departure. So that's all set. That's all good. I'll load that in. So depart out. Pretty much the left hand side straight away. It's nice and simple today. That's all good. Our arrival will be runway 03 left. We don't have a star for that one, but potentially for TATC, we'll contact them. We are using IVA today as per usual, although right now on Unicom. So no active controllers. But if anybody is tuning in, then now would be a good time to do that. So that's that all sorted out now. Let's bring that back to the main. That looks good. That looks good. That looks fine. Let's well, before we start up, let's take a moment to kind of look around the scenery. So like I say, we're using the Gaffer Simulations King Shaka today. And so it's a pairwise scenery that showcases the airport here. And I must say, good luck to that person over in Rome doing their exam today. Yeah, so, I mean, scenery-wise, it looks fantastic. I mean, I absolutely love just the way jet bridges come out of the terminal there. I mean, it's proper custom design that. You get glass structure coming out, suspended over the ground, and then you get your jet bridge that moves ahead over there. Got King Shaka International there on the text on the wall. And just overall, this is a very beautiful scenery, this. Okay, one tree there, but hey. See the control tower in the distance. So this is all going to be accurate to what the airport looks like in real life. And like I say, I'm genuinely impressed by just how good this looks. A lot of detail. Oh, there you go. Got the cargo terminal over there. Got a few other facilities. Very nice and neat. You got a little section around the back there. Looks like potentially it was an expansion at some point. And looks like they even go for another one in the future if there's like a half tank, so that kind of leads out of there. Let's speed up this camera a little bit. Let's what's this? Toggle pause. Ah, okay. New updates, new feature at the top there. Let's increase drone speed a little bit. So let's have a look at the scenery as a bit more of a whole. Got a car park. Got a few roofed car parks over here as well, so people can park their cars and have it protected by the elements. Very nice indeed. Got a multi-story car park. You got the roadway that leads into the airport. I must say, the level of detail for an airport that you don't... I mean, me personally, King Shaka is not kind of the airport you really think about, but it really looks good, that. And so, Gaffer Simulations, King Shaka, available on the sim markets. I'll probably drop a link in the description at some point, but not too expensive, and genuinely looks really good. And also, if you go to their website, they have got a freeware Johannesburg scenery as well. So you've got freeware Johannesburg, and then they've got this payware add-on. So as we taxi out, it's runway 6 departure, so actually we're departing just behind us over here. When leaving, we'll have a look around our left-hand side window and just kind of spot all the terminals with parts. But I must say, out of all the sceneries I've used so far, I mean, it's not a massive airport, King Shaka, but it looks really good, that. All things up there. Very, very nice indeed. Right, back to the aircraft. Let's prepare everything for departure today. Nope, that one. So, turns the nav lights on. That should be that. We'll turn on ice protection as well as depart, since we have got a few clouds in our airspace. Set up our autopilot as well, shall we? That'll probably be quite important for us. So, cruising altitude today. We're at 16,000 feet. So, altitude scroll 16,000. And we'll do that at a vertical speed of... Okay, 1,800 initially. We can adjust that later. Okay, that's that. Turn on flight director, turn on the yaw dampener. The headings will control via the nav. What's that? Low voltage. Ah, okay. We don't want to burn out the battery, so probably be now a good time to start pushing the aircraft back and get ready to depart. We shall use the pushback vehicle, so we'll use Shift P for that. We'll clear ourselves of the main gate over here. And so this is the gate, I believe, well, stand 4. And used for smaller aircraft that can't use the jet bridges, so you get a bus over to this stand over here. But how you guys doing over on chats? Tried to sort the community pack, still won't work. Wants an SAA livery. South African Airlines. I'm not sure if anyone's made a South African livery yet for Microsoft Flight Sim. I was going to consider doing the A320 for it, but I haven't spotted one. JetBlue. There is a JetBlue livery available. I've actually used it in the stream once, I believe, as well. Well, at least I certainly used it during one of my tutorials. Alright, let's push the aircraft back so parking brake released. Don't need to go too far. I mean, it's quite a nimble little aircraft, the King Air, so you can make a turn on the stand itself. Just need to push it back enough that I can actually clear the main bit around it. So I think that should do us quite nicely. So, parking brake set, release the pushback tug, and let us now. Preparation starts.
Okay.
So we'll turn on. No. Yes. Ice protection, that's fine. Beacon lights on. Strobe lights not yet. Alright, engine startup, nice and simple. So we'll turn on. Whoops. No. First things first, let's set up the prop. So bring that over to the RPM control up. About 20% RPM control of this for now. We'll increase thresholds to about 5%. Just got a little bit of power going into the aircraft as well when we turn on our engines. And let us now turn on the auto ignition, so arm those. And let's start engine number 2. So I'm just watching the N1 now, that will start to increase. The propeller starts to spin. Flight time 1 hour and 10 minutes today. So hopefully this is now one engine running. We'll be able to charge up the batteries and just slowly get power running. Watch the N1. Wait for that to stabilise, and as soon as that does, we'll then start up the left-hand engine. Thank you for subscribing, Marksman. Thank you very much for that, man. Much appreciated. Marksman1. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Right, let's now start up engine number left. So, prop starts spinning, and just slowly watching the N1 start to increase. Turn off the auto ignition as well for engine number 2. And so, like I said, it's a nice and easy startup process in the King Air. It's a very fun aircraft to fly. Probably one of my favourites in the prop sector of Microsoft Flight Sim. Cheers to that, Samuel. I'm glad you're enjoying the watch. Glad tuning in every day. In terms of streams this week, we should have a fair mix. We've got this today. On Thursday tomorrow, we'll be doing Train Simulator, as tomorrow, Train Sim 21 releases, so we're doing London to Birmingham. On Friday, we'll then do another flight in the UK. Saturday and Sunday, we'll do a few commercial jets flights. So do prop and trains this week, and then the weekend, we'll do something a bit more further afield. On Saturday, I'd quite like to fly the 787 as well. I've noticed that liveries now exist for it, so we shall definitely be doing a bit of that. Right, give me 2 seconds. Well, I should have got the meta information as well. So meta fail, that's shown on screen as well. So right now it's the QNH1015, which, well, we can't really do that. So let's quickly get a calculator. 1015 HPA in inches. 2997. I'm not quite sure you can do it on the screen here. I believe it's one of these options you can adjust. That's identification. That's all that. So there's still a lot systems-wise I'm learning about the King Air, but as long as I've got the basics down, that's what you really need. Right, let's we'll clear that, shall we, and then make our way to the runway. So back to the lighting panel. Once you quickly turn off the starter switches, so that comes off, that comes off. Taxi lights set. Anti-icing, we shall leave these on normal. Automatic ice protection. And pitot heating. Since you know what this sim is like when it comes to freezing your aircraft over, never that much fun. Let's increase our prop to about 45%. And release parking brake, throttle up, lower the flaps down 1 to take off. Let's get going. Yes, Harry, how are you doing? Welcome back. I remember watching me at 2K. I mean, 2K was about a month ago, so it really hasn't been that long. This massive amount of growth you guys have shown me and given me. Is Gaffer tuned in? Yeah, and welcome. And like I say, I'm absolutely loving the level of detail the scenery has. And like I say, for an airport like King Shaka, which may not be the #1 in the front of people's minds, I mean, you've done a fantastic job at just giving the airport a really nice bit of life. I actually know a guy who works for British Airways sometimes bases out of King Shaka. I might drop him a message later, send a few screenshots. But no, like I say, it's a fantastic scenery, this. Very nicely done. At some point, remind me to drop a link in the description to the Flights Install page. Right, I'll show to the runway. Welcome, Willie from Johannesburg. Welcome to the chats. Prop should be at 4 for takeoff, but for now we're taxiing. Let's quickly drop a message onto IVO that we are also fail traffic departing runway 06. We'll do a quick visual check, make sure that the aircraft or the runway is clear, so nobody on approach to the left. Nobody on the runway, coming to approach from the right. Windsock's down, so wind's calm. Let's get going, shall we? What's the new update got in it? So the latest updates includes optimization fixes and a lot of optimization fixes. The sim so much smoother now, trust me, it's amazing. It's introduced a few systems fixes for aircraft as well, so they're a little bit smoother than what they used to before. You've got all new screen refresh rate optimization settings as well, so it should slow down the lagging issue that a lot of the commercial and glass panel planes have. And just overall, bug fixes and optimization settings all throughout. It's a very smooth sim this now, and probably the best update we've had so far. Loading times as well, massively increased. Whoops, before I forget. Let's turn on the landing lights and turn on the strobes. Right, well, we've got takeoff clearance now, so press up 50%. Watch the engines, 1 and 2 are stable. Let's get going. Airspeed is alive. And rotates. Gear up. And pitch climb for about 140 knots. That's up. And there you go. So now I get to enjoy some of the eastern portions of this airport. So we've got 3 cargo facilities, got the air traffic control tower, and a few other taxiways as well that lead out to the airports. So we'll fly around, we're heading for a short bit, and once we hit the next waypoint, make a left-hand turn and fly down the first heading. Right, throttle slice, not overpowering the engines. Oh yeah, I plan to go for as much of a... I'll go throughout the different views of the aircraft inside and out, just going to get more of a view of the airports. There we go, that will do. So left hand turn, so at the 015 now. Left hand turn. Head the first waypoint, and then we'll see the aircraft on autopilot. No face cam, it lags out the simulator, although potentially this new update I could try it out later, see if it does fix it. Oh yeah, Mark, I mean I try and mix around the aircraft I fly, so during the weekends I'll stick to more of the jet aircraft, but midweek I might as well fly something a little bit different. My midweek streams don't get as many views, so it's a chance I get to kind of go a little more wild, I guess, with my flight options. But I enjoyed them. Right, let's adjust the trim now, so we're still climbing. And let us now set up the autopilot. So autopilot sets, vertical speed set, 1,000 feet per minute. Nav mode sets. That's that. Aircraft under control. So now leaving the southern coast of the South African nation. Now leaving Durban behind us. Our next destination shall be Johannesburg. Well, not a miss, but you know, something doesn't quite add up right. Active flight plan. So D015 to, yeah, that's that. We should be doing that. What have I done? I'm sure there's something really obvious I've missed. I've not changed the navigation source. Then how do you toggle that? Comms navs. And Leverage King Air, I believe there are a few liveries for it, but not many at the moment. But for now, we just stick with the default King Air. I'll slowly figure out why I've okay, if that's not going to work, we'll try plan B, which is go manual heading initially, and then eventually we'll go to AC. So what I did before when I flew with actually it was the King Air. Where was that? That was from somewhere to Entebbe. Jomo Kenyatta, that's it. Jomo Kenyatta to Entebbe. So I started off with just the manual heading selection, and eventually it worked out for me in the end. I'll switch that to altimeter 299 at 2. Well, soon to pass through 10,000, so we'll probably turn landing lights off in a second. Yeah, you got VO heading with GPS, so I'm trying to figure out where the select switch on the aircraft is. Yep, flight director is active, see the magenta thing. Somewhere I'm, oops, that's radio. So it's probably something just super obvious that I've not selected. There you go, GPS, click on the left side of the CDI. Is indicated. There you go. So CDI source FMS. Perfect. Cheers to that, guys. Always coming in when I'm struggling myself. Perfect. Cheers for that. So I'm no expert on these aircraft, but the benefit of having viewers that don't mind telling you anything doing things wrong. Just see where have we been? Been here. I mean, I don't stream. Basically, I've stopped doing daily streams now because those were really tiring. So I stream on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And this week, bonus Friday stream as well. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. Still shaking. Out of 10, how do you rate the landing physics compared to real life on commercial planes? I mean, I've never landed a commercial aircraft in real life, so I can't really give you a comparison, but they're not too bad. Perhaps something to do with maybe not like the flare law or just ground effects would be nice, but I wouldn't say they're terrible by any means. Yes, so I have downloaded the next patch, and I've seen massive stability updates. So I mean, the sim is much smoother now, no more stuttering, no more lagging. I mean, okay, I'm flying a King Air as well, so not exactly the hardest aircraft to fly, but I mean, let's say optimization is much nicer, and I have definitely seen much faster loading time as well. Going from the menu, so first level sim can be a bit slow, but going from the menu then to the actual flight, super quick now. It's like a minute. It's crazy. But it's a good update. It's a very good update. How many hours does it this? This patch took me about an hour and a half to download and install, so it wasn't terribly long. 15 gigs, you have to unpackage everything, so not terribly long, no. About an hour and a half, 90 minutes. What I think MSF will be, I'd probably say in time for the next-gen consoles. Probably ready for next-gen consoles, Microsoft Flight Sim. Right, just about to hit cruising altitude now, 16,000, so we'll monitor the aircraft as it levels off. Maintain its speeds, and then bring it back once we get to a higher spec. Flight time, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, I spotted the red flashing in there, so I've tuned it back a little bit. And now that we're at cruise, just a case of watching the flight go by. No, Microsoft Flight Simulator will not be coming to PS5. I mean, it's a Microsoft-owned game, so they'd release it onto Microsoft-owned consoles rather than their major competitors. What's wrong with the pushback command? I've not noticed any problems with that one. And it pushes back the aircraft, it does what it needs to do. I've not noticed any glitches with it. So yeah, the patch fixes a lot of optimization issues and loading times. Much smoother, much faster now. I'll just increase one of my settings 2 seconds. One thing I could probably just do on those updates. 16, that's that. Oh, they're really high, are they? Okay, simply just go to Ultra then. Yeah, that'll do. Just smoothing things out a little bit. Yeah, we've all heard about wildfires in the US. I hope people are okay over that. Sadly, well, the way the climate is right now, it's how it is. That and baby gender reveal parties. I mean, those are also apparently common reasons for wildfires to start. Yeah, I'd probably say it's my favourite at the moment. I mean, I enjoy flying out a lot. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. Alright, I've not really had to... Sometimes it does that, Philip, but not majorly. It's just a small thing that I'm sure they'll fix in their own time. But yeah, I must say the scenery here right now really does look, it's a spectacle. You look at the ridges of mountains, you can see all the lights snaking down the valleys. The way the light reflects on those water samples as well, it's just very, very pretty this. I mean, you look at places like Africa in previous flight sims, scenery-wise, they've always been kind of forgotten, left out. I mean, Africa's not exactly the #1 place in the world people go flying on Flight Sim. And so, as a result, scenery-wise, they're always a bit bland in this part of the world. So, by having this full satellite imagery, it just brings it all to life. I mean, there's a lot of Africa to explore, both in the real world and now from above in Flight Sim as well, rather than looking like the same 3 ground textures tiled along the entire continents. It's beautiful. I've just realised I didn't fuel the aircraft up. Adding for fuel, we need 1,590 pounds. We have... let's just, yeah, just look away 2 seconds, please. You did not see that. I knew I forgot something on the ground. According to the fuel truck, was that? how do you change the LCD screen in King S? So if you go to the front PFD, click on Splits. And what that does is it takes you to the Select Page option. And here, you can activate the flight plan, you can activate the procedures. And so it's here, you can adjust the, the FMS, the King Air. And so that comes as part of the Proline Fusion on the main screen. And you just have to split the screen. I mean, you are right, Delari. It's a shame that Africa does get left out, but with this, the way Microsoft does it, or the way Sober does it with the satellite imagery, it means that regardless of where in the world you are, nobody gets left out. I mean, AI is automatic, it generates the buildings around you. Satellite imagery is available wherever satellite imagery is available, and then you just stick a ground mesh on it and it just all works, it all fits. So before, I guess Africa was the one part of the world where scenery-wise developers just stuck a desert and it's done. But now it comes as part of the whole world package. It's just look at this. Got a few shrubs down below. Got a few golden sands. It's beautiful. You tried to tell me about fuel, did you, Warren? Like I said, it's something I knew I'd forgotten there, but, well, got there in the end. I wish you luck in your math test. No such thing as luck, it's all about faith and practice. Welcome there, Alonso, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. Yes, got an update. Nope, you don't need premium standard liveries. Liveries available for every aircraft regardless of version. Oh, the barometer. Answer, truth be told, I don't know. I can set it up on the backup, that's nice and easy, just use the scroll over here. But on the main NCD, I genuinely don't know, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I have no idea. So I got just under, well, just about 45 minutes till we reach our destination. Also have got quite a bit of procedures at the airport, and I'd like to try and do a bit of a detour as well, try and spot some of the Gaffer Simulations scenery. Get in and out here as well. Ah, well, yeah, no worries, Dan. I mean, if you need to flight sim, then welcome to the community. It's a great time to start. I mean, the last time people ever... Well, last time there was a real golden age of flight sim, I guess, was the late 1990s, early 2000s, where you had... Well, you had FS2000s, you had X-Plane 7, you had... what others were there at the time? You got Flight Unlimited. Flight Unlimited 3 was a major flight sim. You also had some of the old Microsoft Combat sims as well. Yeah, the late 90s, early 2000s were a great time for flight sim. Then it kind of dropped a bit, so we're stuck with FSX and X-Plane 9/10 for so many years. And then Flight Simulator came out to try and help, I guess, boost that up a little bit. And so people were saying that it was potentially the start of the golden age then, but didn't really explode. But Microsoft Flight Sim comes in and just blows everything out of the water. So many people right now are getting into flight simming. So many YouTubers as well who have done a flight, like PewDiePie. I never expected to see PewDiePie on Microsoft Flight Sim, but there he is, flying 747 from Heathrow to Gothenburg. It's amazing. Like I say, in terms of the patch differences, it's definitely smoother, definitely faster loading, and a few system updates as well here and there. Just makes flying a little nicer. But I like it. I like it. Make sure you're doing it right, New York Yankees. If you can't install liveries, it means you're doing it wrong. Check out a tutorial on it. Nice and easy to explain. I mean, why does it work? We don't know. There could be a million different reasons why it's wrong. Flight time 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're about a third of the way, well, a quarter of the way there now to Johannesburg. It's on the bottom below the throttle levers, but it's in up. Is it down here? Ah, okay. Well, yeah, if it's in up, it's in up. You can't do it. But, I don't know, it never really looks down there. Well, it doesn't really seem to do much. There's a reason why I've not looked down here. I mean, does pressing B still work? There's your nav log. At least with Microsoft, with FSX, you can press B, and it has 2996. Okay, so to update altimeter, press B on the keyboard and updates. There you go. You learn something new every day. B. People in for the graphics, speak to your friends, know the graphics, so it's just about being a pilot. I mean, for me personally, I like X-Plane, I like Microsoft Flight Sim. X-Plane's great for flight dynamics, Microsoft Flight Sim's great for visuals. When it comes to streaming, Microsoft Flight Sim, I guess, is pro for me, because you guys are watching this for two reasons. One, for me, the person recording. For two, the visuals. I mean, X-Plane feels great, but you guys watching, you don't feel any of that, so it's kind of a lost opportunity, if you know what I mean. With this, okay, they might not feel as great as to fly, but visually, you guys get a lot to look at, so I'm not enduring the flying, you guys get to enjoy the pretty sights. In this case, quite turbulent flights as well, quite bumpy today. African Savannah, no, Mark. So the African Savannah, you don't really get much of it in South Africa itself. It's more of the Central African nations, you get that. So we're going to Johannesburg today, which is relatively central south. Whew. Nice and bumpy today. Nice and bumpy. Welcome Zav, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you today? Using keyboards, do you have anything else, any suggestions? At the very least, pick something up like an Xbox controller. I mean, you can fly with a keyboard, but it's genuinely... it's not the nicest way to fly, that's for sure. It's possible, but highly not recommended. How do you know so much about South Africa? I mean, I did geography, I guess, at 6th form level. But, yeah. I did geography. I just like researching about other countries in the world, really. I'd like to travel more often, but, like I say, you know the basics. There's a lot of in-depth stuff I can't really go into. You learn the basics. And a lot of my stuff actually comes from you guys watching, so local knowledge. Someone in the chat is like, hey, I'm from so-and-so, did you know, blah blah blah. It's like, ah, interesting, I'll remember that. I mean, I've flown like aircraft before, so turbulence is nothing for me. Yeah, no giraffes on this flight today, I'm afraid, Mark. Does the Logitech 3D Pro not work on this? I'm sure it did. Interesting. How to program a plane? I mean, there's a lot of different ways to program different aircrafts. I've done a few tutorials on jetliners. I do plan to cover the smaller aircraft as well soon with tutorials. But, yeah. There's different ways to program different aircrafts. Short answer. Can you go to OR Tambo sometime? We're flying to OR Tambo today, so I'd hope to get there. I do hope to get to Johannesburg at some point. Yes, we are so close to 20,000 subs right now. I'll get the exact number. 19,965, so we're 45 subs off right now from... sorry, 35 subs off of 20,000, so we're probably going to hit that today, potentially during the stream as well. We are so close now, you can taste it. But, like I say, it's just... it's a lot that... you guys show me so much support, it's just been amazing. And so... we're doing so well right now, it's just... I don't know. I've run out of... I can say thank you a million times. Now, I am sincere about it. There's just so many times you can say thank you, really, until it kind of just drones out. But I genuinely mean it. And I say thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. It's amazing. So 13k. I mean, I've been here since day one. Oh yeah, I have been here since day one. I'm the one doing this channel. None planes can fly now, thanks to that. I'm glad you're enjoying that, Sky. I'm glad that you are learning. Am I real pilots? No. No, I am not. So, another mountain range coming up ahead of us. Still over rural South Africa. But we've now left the clouds. Clouds are long behind us. What interesting things do you know about South Africa? There's not really much I know, really. I can't even remember if South Africa's even part of the Commonwealth or not. I think it is. Yeah, so South Africa is a member state of the Commonwealth. It did have a rather patchy history under the British Empire, to say the least. At some point, I will fly through North Africa. Definitely on the list of places to go. The aliens landed here. Yeah, maybe back during the early 1st century, and they helped build... No, that was Egypt, wasn't it? The aliens arrived and built pyramids. The overlay, that's provided by FlyLive Studios. It's the tool used by streamers to get the on-screen overlays on screen. Also, if you don't use the overlay at the top, then it's possible just to kind of use the stats as well here to track your flights. So, I like it. I like it. Flight time 1 hour 10 minutes. My friend arrived here. Fast on Milky Way nights. Very nice. I do want to go to Africa. I do want to kind of just spend some time in this this country, this continent. How am I today? Not too bad, Tommy. How are you doing? Welcome to the chats. Full flight for beginners. I've done a couple of tutorials showing off flight departure and landing. Yeah, I've done a couple of them in the past. There are certain things you're not supposed to say on the channel, otherwise I'd have comments and... Hang on, what was content creator said sparked so much controversy? I don't see anything on the chat. Oh, patchy relationships. Right. Tutorial on how to make an overload fly live. I mean, I can do it at some point. It's not a major tutorial, not on that many people. The more requests I get, the more close to doing it I guess I am. So, yeah. If I get requested it, I can certainly add it to the list. Oh yes, Tommy, we are back. Back, we're flying. And it's beautiful today. A few lakes to our right. A few mountains to our left. Looks good. All looks good. Just so you're live, temperature tutorials by 20 after work. Nice one, Midwest. I'm glad you have learned a lot from this. Are all the airplanes free? Depends on what edition you get. So, Premium Deluxe has more aircraft available than the standards, and then eventually there are third-party pairs as well. Look out for FAR, Fox Alpha Hotel Romeo. Let's have a look. Let's go to nearest airports. Hammersmith is 30 miles to my left. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a spot that, I'm afraid. Too far over there in horizon. Have I played Halo before? No, I haven't. I've played the original Halo on Xbox, so I have a basic understanding of it. It's one of those things that if I had more time for it, I'd play it, but I genuinely don't have the time for it, so maybe one day. Maybe one day. Can you do a flight and I request it? What do you mean by that? Well, I don't know. There's a lot of flights you can do, Jessica. Have some more service like down here at Torrent 06. And that's what happens when you have millions and millions of, well, maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands of people downloading on the same server at the same time. It does get backlogged. Am I from South Africa? No, I am not. Never been here, and I'm not from here. So we're just over halfway now. Halfway to Johannesburg. Yeah, it took me about 90 minutes to download and install the patch. 90 minutes, 15 gigs, which is slow, but like I say, you have a lot of people downloading, it happens. I mean, there is a Thrustmaster have released some flight sticks for Xbox. So it will work with Microsoft Flight Sim. Thrustmaster have already done it. I'm using a joystick. I'm using the Thrustmaster HOTAS Warthog. I've seen some improvements, so it seems running a lot more smoother, and loading speeds greatly improved. Which is the cheapest joystick. I mean, thanks to Microsoft Flight Sim, there's no such thing as a cheap joystick anymore. The market's... there's massive demand for too little supply, so prices have gone up everywhere. But Logitech stuff generally are on the cheaper end, while not being too bad in terms of quality. I mean, Thrustmaster, I swear by it, their stuff is fantastic. I do really like their stuff. Cytec, they're alright, they're not too bad. They have some good lines, they have some not so good lines. But I guess if you can get yourself a cheap Cytec Aviator, they're not too bad price-wise. Honeycomb, their yokes are alright. They're actually they are nice. They are nice. And having key on board switches as well, you get a little more out of it as well. Initially playing World War II era sims, now getting this, waiting for initial patches. I mean, I've played a few World War II sims and other combat sims as well in the past. My all-time favourite will be Heroes of the Pacific. Had it on the original Xbox, have it on PC, I've completed it. Fantastic, fantastic World War II sim, that. In fact, I might install it on this system at some point. Heroes of the Pacific. I want to try and get Heroes over Europe as well at some point, but it's very rare, very few of those available. It's not as major as the original. Yes, Logitech do own Cytec now, yes, they bought it out a couple of years ago. Do I play Tuck Sim? I presume you mean Truck Sim. I've got it. I do play it from time to time, but not super often. Do you think you'd better than every airplane if you had to? I mean, I have flown real aircraft before, so probably. If I was flying a jetliner, it would be a quite hard landing, that's for sure. Try to use finest hour on the IMP machine. Wow, okay. Microprocessor F117 on the U664. I'm sure I played another flight sim on those systems before. I can't remember which one it was, but I think I have used a flight sim at one point on... I think it was a Commodore 64. Oh, what was it? It was... I'm going to have to find out now. It's going to annoy me if I can't find it. I can't remember which system it was, but at some old computer fair that was local to me, I once played this Thomas the Tank Engine action RPG. It was the most random thing ever. It was the Thomas the Tank Engine action RPG on one of these old computer systems, but I can't remember which one it was. I've got a photo of it. It's like Chunky Fringe. It was the computer show. Let me find this. I'm gonna find it now. Where is it? I'm sure I got a photo of the box somewhere. If I didn't, then I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself. What was this? This was July 20th, 19. Nope, I did not get a photo of it. That's going to annoy me now. Have you flown a glider in real life? Yes, yes I have. I've flown a glider once up in the Scottish Highlands. I've done a video on it as well. It is on my channel. Flew it back in March. Let me tell you, gliding in the Scottish Highlands is the most amazing thing the most amazing thing I've done this year. One of the most amazing things I've ever done in my life. I mean, it's just beautiful. You're gliding in out some mountains. It was slightly damp that day, so got to enjoy a rainbow as well. It was, yeah, it was amazing. Something I hope to do again in the not too distant future if all goes to plan. With 29 subs off of 20k. 29 subs. Right, let's set up this approach, shall we? So, switch screens, go to procedures, and our approach shall be 03 left, moving down the Zulu, transition, that I guess, airport stats, load it in. doesn't look too bad. Takes us over to the city, so we get a chance to kind of spot some of the scenery nearby. Yeah, I can do that approach, no problem. So in a little bit, we'll probably start thinking about descent, but not for a little while. Don't worry. Tower's very high at main sea level. Good shout. I should probably take up some of the charts, shouldn't I? Just kind of get an idea of what we need to be at. Because this doesn't particularly give us the altitudes, does it? Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Kind of. 8,000, 5,000, there we go. 5,612 feet. 8,000 for the approach. I mean, we could do an ILS if we really wanted to, but we're not. We're not. So yeah, 5,000 level down to 8,000 when we start descent. We've got plenty of time. Just want to check one thing as well. When do we start our descent? So it's 4,872. Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Can you flip plane? No, not today. I'm going to check out Tambo. I will do, but I guess, I mean, Johannesburg Tambo, I believe, is default scenery, so it's AI generated, not super spectacular per se, but we'll have a look. We'll see what the airport has. Was it kept by the air? Was it kept in the air by a chain of people using bagpipes to blow you? Oh, Scotland. Oh, flower of Scotland. Yeah, we won't go through that. Blame make play IR2, Surface 1 non-combat, Pure German flights and visuals. Oh yeah, IR2 was a great sim back in the day. I did like the fact how you could just damage. How much you could damage them, so you could smack something, it breaks the aircraft apart. I don't know. It was a combat sim, but the damage engine of it was really nicely done. IR2 does have a nice place in my heart. There's a movie called District 9 in Johannesburg, but I know it's a Hollywood hogwash. I've not seen District 9. I've heard mixed reactions over it. Nope, no graphics mods. Well, I had a graphics mod over at King Shaka. That was the Gaffer Simulations King Shaka International. And we have got Johannesburg Landmarks as well, which is a freeware add-on for Gaffer Simulations, so well worth a look. Unfortunately, because of you now, I have got bagpipe music stuck in my head now. Do I have a girlfriend? Bit of a random question. No, I do not. Oh yes, Godzilla in San Fran. Not installed, but I am open to it, let's just say that. Also, I believe there's the Millennium Falcon available as well. Where and how do you use internal maps showing it numbers? You don't, Jally. I'm afraid. At least not with this. can't wait to get the 3080 and the RAM upgrades. Hopefully soon, these distant blurry textures will be a thing of the past. Not long to go now. In fact, tomorrow it comes out. Very not long. Well, tomorrow it comes out. And then you've got about like 3 months for it to arrive, or however long it takes for the orders to arrive. Welcome, Anton, how you doing? Yes, I have installed a new patch. I mean, the update does change some of the default jets around, so presumably it'll break the A321X projects until they update it. Livery's not too sure, but potentially there'll be a few things to update. Welcome, Jacob. Glad you're a huge fan. So, there you go. Thank you there, Heinrich, for local knowledge. So the rivers to our left will be the Vala River. There's a more speed. Here's that, Heinrich. My favourite plane. I do like the 737. I have got a soft spot for the 747. Gosh, why is chat so obsessed over my love life all of a sudden? Not the kind of thing I thought I'd be talking about in this flight, but hey. So let's for ages update, came back to pressing the key to start. Oh yeah, so after it updates, it then reloads, but should be alright. Welcome Apple, how you doing? Welcome Suleiman, how you doing? Glad you're also my biggest fan, 2 of you in my chat right now. Have to combat for which one's bigger. If you flew an Airbus and it totally refused to respond, then how do you have to control it? I mean, the Airbus A320, I guess, for example, has got 9 backup computers, so you'd have to mess up really badly for all 9 failsafes to fail on you. And if that doesn't happen, you then revert back to Direct's law. So, on your overhead panel there are 3 switches. You press those, and then you're taking manual control of the aircraft away from fly-by-wire, so it is possible. Yes, much better performance, much better loading speeds. Thank you, Times, for the 3910 Tsar. That's going to be the South African Rhinus, I think. Is it the Rhinus? The Rand, that's it. South African Rand. Cheers for that, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, thumbs up from Tinus. Yeah, South African Zand. I've seen it before, the paper notes, but I'm not going to normally pick up because I don't really come here. Right, start the descent now. Let's slowly bring the aircraft down. Not too high yet. We'll go down to 10,000 initially, so we'll start with a slow descent. Because again, the airport's at 5,000, so I don't need to be going too fast. Actual speed minus 600 feet per minute for now. Someone's saying the patch script King Air's autopilots. Did it? I mean, I hope it hasn't, because I'm using it right now. But, no, not as far as I'm aware. Why there's so less airlines than Microsoft Flight Sim? I mean, you need to remember that with Microsoft Flight Sim, you have one developer who's developing 40 different aircrafts. So they're going to put more time into some things than others. And so yeah, you're not going to get too many jets. A lot of third parties will take care of that. Nope, not possible to fly the A380 in Microsoft Flight Sim, at least not at this stage. And there's no developers yet announced their intentions. I know it's unspotted over the Project Fly A380, but it's nothing more than an external model, no cockpits, no systems. Landings I enjoy, but I prefer doing takeoffs. With landings, one error and you mess up everything. Takeoffs are so much easier, and also means you get the whole flight ahead of you to enjoy. Welcome back, Sky. So, cycle initial sent out to 10,000. Welcome, Just British Sky, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Going to be directly overflying this airport in just a second. Let's have a look, which one's fog? Maps, nearest airports. Heidelberg. Just about to overfly Heidelberg. There it is. And again, just as you look down at the scenery below, just the level of detail the sim has by default. It really is amazing. Nothing compares. How long's for landing? Not terribly long. Not terribly long today. I guess you're way bigger pushing ahead. Has Amsterdam, Netherlands, Schiphol, everything's projects starting to run away from you, is it? How you doing, Niels? Welcome back. Top guy for air streams, keep up. Cheers for that, Big M. Thank you very much. Yeah, not long to landing now. We're just on the outskirts of Johannesburg now. Oh, in another corner, are you? What have you got yourself involved in now? $7 gigs now, 45 minutes later. Yeah, it's not the fastest update, but hey. Making ECS and ATB systems. Huh, okay. Well, have fun with that. Yeah, so you have got a bit of a... Well, I mean, what are you doing? OpenStreetMap data and then just overlay it with open source local information, or what's the bottleneck for you? Let's increase our descent rates. Like, ooh, what's that? It's just a few, yeah, it's a bit of a mismatch stuff that imagery, I guess, but you don't expect everything to be perfect. We're now slowly approaching the, city of Johannesburg itself. Going to 1,000 feet per minute. Just made the whole windscreen one big heads-up display. That'd be an interesting way of doing things. So, welcome to Johannesburg. Presumably, this is all favela. Not is it favela? Or no, favela is what you call them in South America. These are going to be slums. I do remember there are different words for different parts of the world, but yes, this is where people migrate to the city and just build their own home, really. On the outskirts, closer you get to the centre, I guess the more official buildings and structures gets. The airport's actually not too far from us, it's just over there, so we'll get ready to start a steeper descent, so cut the throttle back. Altitude down to about 6,000. 2,000 feet from a descent. And so if we look outside the aircraft now, you can see a few landmarks and towers starting to appear. Township, is that the local name? Townships. So it's a favela in South America. It's a slum then. Is it Asia then? If it's township in Africa. In Joburg, Gangster's Paradise. Yeah, so it's all different words for slum basically, but they all have local technical terms. Flaps on 1. Train line down below. So slowly now we approach the runway 03 left here at Johannesburg. Couple of moments, we'll go to disengage the autopilots. Bring things in manually. And once again, just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the local sights. So shadow just down below. Autopilots, disengage, get it down, flaps down 2, increase throttle, keep the aircraft stable. Yeah, I do need to put the link description there, the graphic settings image you put together. So it's a little bit turbulence, but not looking too bad at the moment. Airspeed, we're keeping it around 100 knots, just maybe 110 knots. ATC looking quiet on IVA right now, so we'll just bring the aircraft into land before I forget. That glass cockpits, again, just hit different. I don't mind what I fly. I don't mind Steam, don't mind digital. We're a little bit on the high end right now, so throttle back, pitch down ever so slightly. I'm just using the Pappy Sky to send. We've also got synthetic vision. That's part of the Prime Fusion package there to see the airport layouts slowly appear on the PFD there. Here we go. Right, let's do this. We are committed, nice and stable. We are aiming for the touchdown markers. G aircraft generally a bit more lax when it comes to exactly way touchdown for smooth contacts. Perfect. Press thrusts. Airspeed's red. And let's cut the reverses. Exits to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Johannesburg. Butter, can't say it the English way. Right. Landing lights off, taxi lights stay on, strobe lights off. Let's go find somewhere to park this up. Not a major sand, but somewhere close-ish to the terminal. So, left turn looks like it'll do me well here. Which football team will NVIDIA supports? None of them. I'm not a massive fan of American hand egg myself. I'm a real football fan. What you call soccer. Yes, this is the new patch. This is the update that came out today for Microsoft Flight Sim. So, doing this today. Tomorrow, we'll stream the release of Train Sim Mods 2021, which includes the all new West Coast Main Line, as well as ScotRail, American routes, and German routes of some description I can't remember the name of. So we'll enjoy that. Nightbot's still there. It's just has he shut you off? Has he? I'm not sure. Nightbot's usually a bit more meaner to you for some reason. Yes, I shall be picking up Deluxe. If I want the West Coast Main Line, you have to pick up Deluxe, so 100% on this part. There we go. So a few aircraft stands here for smaller prop and general aviation, so we'll use that. As he's blue, he's a moderator, so his job is to stop people from spamming, which, truth be told, we actually have had none of today, which is relatively rare for this channel. Always good to see. Yeah, he's the sheriff in town. A few long distance aircraft there, Scandinavian Continental United, and I'll show you those at the end. Right, so let's have a look for an empty spot. That one there looks good to me. Let's go park her up. Why do you always fly so high, not loud altitude in this country? I mean, 16,000 cruise wasn't too bad today. We have plenty of time to look outside the window, because also don't forget, 16,000 cruise, it's about 5,000 feet at mean sea level this area, so we're about 10,000 off the ground, sometimes a bit lower. Also the rules, generally quite relaxed on the rules. Just don't spam, don't say anything obscene, and just be normal, I guess. Right. Parking brake sets. We'll bring back the feather. Bring those down. And engine mixture cuts. Turn off the beacons, turn off the taxi lights, navigation and recognition lights come off. Same for the heating. There we go. Conduct setup. So, that was our flights for today. Not bad overall. Haven't managed to come look around the airport and the crown scenery as well. But overall, not a bad flight. I certainly enjoyed it, that's for sure. Let's go to this. Let's increase the speed of drone cam. Let's just have a look around the airport, look around some of the scenery here in Johannesburg. So we've got the main terminal over here. Got your runway left. Over here, you'll have your runway right. It's quite a fair taxi, that, isn't it? But then you get over to the cargo terminals over here. Control tower sits there in the middle. And then over to the north, you have the main city itself. Got a railway yard, a freight yard as well. Got a few houses, got a few factories. And like I said, just overall, it's a very pretty sim, this. Got a few buildings over there, so that'll be part of the Gaffer Simulations Johannesburg scenery. Got a few stadiums as well, that just slowly appear in the horizon there, so we'll get a bit closer, so I'll have a look at them as well. It's like I say, the main landmarks over there, that is the Gaffer Simulations Freeware Johannesburg. And so if you want to have some freeware scenery around that, then we'll have a look. Just overall, it's very beautiful, this Microsoft Flight Sim. Just the satellite imagery, the whole world, all in one place. It's very well done, this. So we've got one stadium over here. Very nicely detailed, actually, I must say. Very nice indeed. We've then got a few skyscrapers and buildings over here, including that interestingly shaped monolith. So it's small at the bottom, and then it just kind of grows. I'm going to look into that building now. It looks interesting. Is it like that in real life? If it is, then wow, okay. I mean, I'm sure if you live in South Africa, if you live in Johannesburg, you'll recognise some of these buildings. So, Transnet's presumably a phone communication company? I'm not too sure, but you guys will. What else have we got? What else have we got? We've got this spike. And somewhere as well, there's another stadium, one that was used in the World Cup. I've gone and lost that one, I'm afraid. Somewhere around here. Nope, I've lost it. Fair enough, but yeah, so just overall, very nice put together scenery, this. And the freeware Gaffer Simulations add-on just adds another bit of depth to it, another bit of life. So yeah, let's jump back to our aircraft now. And let's bring this one to an end. So I was keeping an eye out of the stadium, but if I've lost it, then I have lost it. Yep, fair enough. So yeah, that's that. That's flights from King Shaka to Johannesburg OR Tambo. That was the Beechcraft King Air 350. Tomorrow, I plan to fly the, I plan to do train simulators tomorrow, so train sim 21. Where have you crashed into my aeroplane there? Thanks for that, little tractor guy. Yeah, so tomorrow train sim. On Friday, we'll do more flight sim. We'll do something UK lone slow. And on Saturday and Sunday, we'll do a few commercial jetliner flights. Back in the A320, do a 787 flight as well on Saturday evening. So I'll start planning all of that. You guys have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for the support as always. And I shall see you again in the very near future. Take care, have a good one, and good night.